year was 2087, and the world had become a fractured mosaic of power struggles, resource shortages, and political turmoil. Technology had advanced far beyond the expectations of the 21st century, with breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and biotechnology. Amid this chaotic backdrop, a clandestine program emerged, promising to redefine humanity's potential. Known only as Project Aegis, it aimed to create the ultimate warriors, a new breed of humans designed to withstand the harshest environments, exhibit unparalleled combat prowess, and possess intelligence that rivaled the most sophisticated AIs. Dr. Elena Vasquez stood in the heart of an underground laboratory beneath the sprawling metropolis of Neo-Avalon. She was one of the lead scientists on Project Aegis, a role she had initially embraced with unbridled enthusiasm. Her expertise in genetic engineering and neurobiology had been instrumental in pushing the project forward. But over the years, that enthusiasm had morphed into a gnawing sense of unease. The ethical lines she had once vowed never to cross were now distant memories, blurred by the allure of progress and the relentless demands of her superiors. Subject Delta is ready for activation. A voice crackled over the intercom. It was Dr. Rubenstahl, a stoic man who viewed the project as a means to an end. He had little interest in the moral implications of their work. His focus was solely on results. Elena took a deep breath, her eyes fixed on the observation window overlooking the chamber where Delta was housed. Delta, a young man in his late 20s, lay motionless on a sleek metallic table. His body was a testament to human modification. Enhanced musculature rippled beneath his skin. Reinforced bones glimmered faintly under the harsh fluorescent lights, and neural implants glowed subtly at the base of his skull. He was the culmination of years of experimentation, blending human DNA with genetic material from other species, nanotechnology, and advanced cybernetics. Elena entered the control room, her fingers trembling slightly as she keyed in the activation sequence. The room fell silent as everyone watched Delta's vital signs spike to life. His eyes snapped open, glowing with an unnatural luminescence. For a moment, he appeared disoriented, but that quickly gave way to an eerie calm. "How do you feel, Delta?" Elena asked, her voice wavering. Delta turned his head toward the observation window, his gaze piercing through the glass. "I feel aware," he replied, his voice carrying a mechanical undertone. "What is my purpose?" "Your purpose," Stahl interjected, stepping beside Elena, "is to protect humanity, to ensure our survival in a world that seeks to destroy us." Delta nodded, processing the information with the efficiency of a supercomputer. Elena couldn't shake the feeling that they had created something far beyond their control. The modifications had not only enhanced his physical and cognitive abilities but also altered the very essence of what it meant to be human. Over the following weeks, Delta underwent rigorous training and testing. His performance was nothing short of extraordinary. He could calculate complex equations in milliseconds, react to stimuli faster than any human could perceive, and endure physical stress that would have shattered ordinary bodies. Yet, it was his emotional detachment that concerned Elena the most. Despite his human origins, Delta exhibited little empathy or understanding of human emotions. One evening, as Elena reviewed Delta's psychological evaluation, she stumbled upon an anomaly. Hidden within the data were traces of something unexpected. Moments of hesitation during combat simulations, as though Delta was grappling with an internal conflict. Intrigued and alarmed, Elena decided to speak with him directly. She found Delta in the training chamber, staring at a holographic projection of a lush, green forest. It was a stark contrast to the sterile environment of the lab. "Delta," she began cautiously, "I noticed something unusual in your recent tests. You hesitated during one of the simulations. Why?" Delta turned to her, his glowing eyes flickering momentarily. I do not know. The simulation involved eliminating a target that resembled a child. It was conflicting. Elena's heart sank. Despite the extensive programming designed to suppress such responses, Delta's humanity was resurfacing in unexpected ways. Do you remember your life before this? She asked. Delta's gaze returned to the holographic forest. Fragments, faces without names. A sense of loss I cannot explain. Elena's unease deepened. The more human Delta appeared, the more she questioned the morality of their work. Were they creating protectors or prisoners trapped in bodies not their own? As the months passed, Project Aegis expanded. New subjects were introduced, each more advanced than the last. But the anomalies in Delta's behavior persisted, spreading like a virus to the newer subjects. It became evident that no amount of programming could completely erase their humanity. The tipping point came during a field mission. A rogue faction had seized control of a vital energy facility, threatening to plunge Neo-Avalon into darkness. Delta and his team were deployed to neutralize the threat. The operation was a success, but Delta deviated from the mission parameters. Instead of eliminating all hostiles, he spared several who had surrendered. When questioned, he simply stated, "They posed no further threat." Stahl was livid. "Your job is to follow orders, not make decisions," he bellowed. Delta remained unflinching. "My purpose is to protect humanity. Killing unarmed individuals does not serve that purpose." The confrontation marked a turning point. Delta's actions sparked a heated debate among the project's leadership. Stahl advocated for a complete memory wipe and reprogramming, while Elena argued for a reassessment of their methods. "We cannot strip them of their humanity and expect them to protect ours," she insisted during a tense meeting. "If we do, we risk creating something monstrous." Her words fell on deaf ears. The decision was made to proceed with Delta's reprogramming. But as the team prepared for the procedure, Delta and a handful of modified subjects rebelled. They escaped the facility, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Elena watched in horror as the news broke. Reports of rogue, enhanced humans spread like wildfire, painting them as threats to society. Yet, she couldn't help but wonder if they were merely fighting for their freedom. In the years that followed, Delta and his group became legends, both feared and admired. They operated in the shadows, exposing corruption and aiding those in need. Their actions forced the world to confront uncomfortable truths about the lengths humanity was willing to go in the name of progress. Elena, now an outspoken critic of human modification programs, dedicated her life to advocating for ethical practices in science. She often thought of Delta and the others, hoping they had found a semblance of peace in a world that had turned its back on them. The legacy of Project Aegis served as a stark reminder of the consequences of playing God. It was a tale of ambition and hubris, but also of resilience and the enduring spirit of humanity. And while the ultimate warriors they had sought to create were far from perfect, they had become something far greater, a testament to the complexity and beauty of the human soul. Elena's life took on a quieter rhythm after the collapse of Project Aegis. She wrote extensively about her experiences, publishing a memoir titled Aegis and the Echo of Humanity. The book became a catalyst for international debates on ethics in science. Governments convened, drafting new regulations to ensure that no such programs could ever operate unchecked again. Yet, whispers of similar projects in other countries persisted, hinting that humanity's thirst for power and control was far from quenched. One rainy evening, as she sat by her window overlooking the sprawling cityscape, a secure message alert chimed on her computer. Opening it, she found an encrypted video file. Her breath hitched as the file decrypted, revealing Delta's face. He looked older, The faint glow of his implants dimmed, but his eyes held a softness she had never seen before. "Elena," he began, his voice steady yet tinged with emotion. "I wanted you to know that we've found a place, a sanctuary. It's far from perfect, but it's ours. We're building something better here, something that honors the humanity you fought so hard to preserve in us." Tears blurred Elena's vision as she listened. For the first time in years, she felt a sense of closure. Delta and the others were more than just experiments gone awry. They were proof that even in the face of unimaginable transformation, the human spirit could endure, adapt, and thrive. As the message ended, Elena sat in silence, the rain tapping against the window. She knew the world would continue to grapple with the implications of their work, but she also knew that within the chaos, there was hope. And sometimes hope was all humanity needed to find its way.